Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to open up this vlog. This is going to be my 48-hour Bookopoly vlog. I don't know how well I'm actually going to vlog this weekend because my dog yesterday got neutered, so he's home and I'm going to spend the 48 hours downstairs with him, so I probably won't vlog that much. Also, my computer, as you can see, is broken. Someone's supposed to come and fix it. So I don't exactly know when they're coming, but there's that. So the first two rules, the first one is short book, read a book under 300 pages. And originally, I was going to go with After the graphic novel by Anna Todd, but Wednesday. It was Wednesday. The author Cubie Tyler lost her husband unexpectedly a few days after their 1-year anniversary. So I'm gonna try to read as many of her books this weekend as I can, where I could fit them through the 48-hour Bookopoly. They're all on Kindle Unlimited, but I'm just gonna buy them. They're like $2.99, $3.99, so I'm gonna support her in this time. I'll leave her Amazon page down below if you're interested. She writes forbidden, taboo, age gap books. I've only read one of her books, Forget Me Not. I think I gave that 4 stars. I really enjoyed that. So I'm gonna be reading that, one of them, for short books, because most of her books are under 300 pages. I think the one I'm gonna go with is the first semester. It's a teacher-student story that's like 150 pages, so I'm gonna read that one. And then the second role was Gods, and for this I have Priest by Simone picked, but honestly I'm gonna see if I can find something else that I would want to read, because as I said, I'm gonna be downstairs and I don't really like having my AirPods in my ears when I'm downstairs listening to audiobooks. So I may do a lot of physical reading this weekend. So there's that. I'm gonna see. It is only 10:30 my time. The readathon starts at 4 p.m. my time, so I have a few hours to decide when I'm going to read for that. But as I said, I am going to try to fit as many Cubie Tyler books in this weekend as I can, and hopefully I can fit quite a few in there, because I would love to be able to support her in her time of need and their family time of need. So just a little bit of me buying her books and reading them and then talking about it, so you can check her out too if you're interested, and support her. But I am also rocking a Late Night Crew pink t-shirt, but as I said, I don't know how this vlog is gonna be, because I'm gonna be primarily downstairs, keeping him calm. I do work tomorrow. I work 4 hours, so it's not that bad, 6 to 10, and then I'm off for the remainder. So the readathon starts 4 p.m. my time and goes until 4 p.m. Sunday, so it's Friday to Sunday, and I will try to be reading 8 books. When I participated last year, I was able to read 9 books, so yes, my goal is 8. I don't know if I read 4. Really, anything that I read this weekend will be a plus, because I'm taking care of him. So, but yeah, that is my plan, and I will probably update every time I finish a book and when the rolls are. So I know the first rolls are tomorrow at 4 a.m. my time, so I will probably not update until I get home from work, and then it's 4 p.m. tomorrow, and then 4 a.m. the following day. So yeah, I will check in later. Hi, update. So it is Saturday, so it is the full day of Bookopolyathon, and at 4 a.m. my time, the 2 new roles were announced, but I did manage to finish the first 2 roles last night. I read My Best Friend's Sister by Cubie Tyler, and that was for the prompt short book under 300 pages. I gave that 4 stars. It was 108 pages. This, I think, was Cubie Tyler's first book. It came out in 2017, and it was a little novella that follows Ava and Jackson. Jackson is like an app designer and been best friends with Ava's brother for as long as they could remember, and he moves to New York. Ava used to follow them around when I think they were 12 and she was like 10. She could be younger, but she followed them around, and then something changed, and they didn't let Ava follow them around anymore. And then it is quite a few years later, Ava moved to New York to go to law school, and Ava's brother asked Jackson to check in on her throughout her time there. And one night Ava calls him because she is lost and doesn't really know the subway area, and he goes and picks her up, and he's like, oh wow, she's grown, and feelings form, and it's their story. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, and I really enjoyed it. And then I read Priest by Simone, which is book 1 in the Priest series. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This book is not going to be for everyone. This is pretty much just erotica for 354 pages. So it's not for everyone, but I personally liked it. As I said, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and this was for the prompt God, and this follows Poppy, who moves to a new area, and she goes to a church to confess her sins, and at that church she meets priest Belle, and it's their story. And yeah, I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it, and so. And then roll number 2 for the first board was ebook, audiobook. And for this one, I'm going to read First Semester, I think that's what it's called, by Cubie Tyler, the first book in her campus whatever. This is the teacher student that I was going to read for the short book, but I chose the other one first, and this is a teacher student that follows Skylar. She went away to Europe, and in Europe she met a guy and had a fling, and then she comes back and her heart is broken and she's going to school. And that's all I've read so far. Not very much, but I'm really enjoying it. And then roll number 2 for board I think 2021, and the first one's 2020 board, if I remember correctly, but was color in the title. And for this one, it actually works perfectly because I've been wanting to read the prequel by Saffron, A Kent to St. Mary's. I don't know if there's another, like St. Mary's, I think. I'm just gonna call it St. Mary's. This is the prequel, and it's Bad Boys Blue, or Bad Boy Blues, something like that. And I've been wanting to read this for the last like 2 weeks, and I just bought the audiobook. I have the Kindle book, and it was $7.49 for the audiobook, so I'm gonna listen to this. It's like 3 hours, but I'm super excited to read this, and it just worked perfectly. And so it is 10:35, so I have a few hours until the next rolls, because that will be 4 p.m. my time. I did just get off work, so I don't have to do anything until Tuesday, really. That's my next day at work, so I will be going downstairs here to listen to Bad Boy Blues and read the Cubie Tyler book. I have sprints on downstairs. I will be hanging out with my dog. He's doing okay, and yeah, but I just wanted to update everything that I've read and what I plan on reading. I will probably update after the rolls 3 are, so I can tell you what I plan on reading, and hopefully I will finish those tonight, and then tomorrow at 4 a.m. I'll get the last rolls and then read those. But I'm really enjoying everything I've read so far, and really excited. The rolls have been fairly nice, so I'm kind of scared, but we shall see. But yeah, that is my update, and I'll update later. So we got roll drops number 3 for the 2020 board and the 2021 board. For the 2020 board, it was young adult, and I don't really read young adult, so I'm kind of like, I don't know what I'm gonna read. They're most likely going to be rereads. I could continue on with the Morganville Vampire series by Rachel Kane. I'm on book number 10 of that, so I may listen to that. I could also continue rereading the Lex series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I also have Heartstoppers Volume 1 by Alice Oseman. Again, this is a reread. I did want to actually save this for June, but it's an easy book that I could reread, and it's a graphic novel, Volume 1, Male, Charlie and Nick. So I do plan on rereading the whole series in June, so I think I'm leaning towards saving this one for June, but again, I might pick it up. I read this in January and loved it, so, but I have this one. I also have the Never Never series by Tarryn Fisher and Colleen Hoover. This is like a 3-part novella series, which this will also work for the roll number 3 for 2021 board, which is spooky vibes, and this is like a trying to figure out what is going on with Nick and Charlie, not Nick and Nash and Charlie. I knew her name was Charlie, and his name started with an N, but this is Nash and Charlie, and they wake up and don't have any memories of what is going on. So it's a 3-part novella series that I've read quite a few years ago, and I've actually been wanting to reread this, so I might do this. So you have Never Never Part 1, Never Never Part 2, and then Never Never Part 3. I do have the Kindle books of these also, but I also have The Wrong Family by Tarryn Fisher. This is a thriller suspense. I don't really read thrillers all that much, so there's this too. But it's kind of funny that I picked 4 Tarryn Fisher books. I do have this on audio, and this one was in Bell Book Box, so it's signed too. So I should probably try to read this, but honestly I'm sort of leaning towards Never Never, the series. Yes, it is 3 books, but they are 150, 145, and then 119. So I mean, they're fairly quick, and I've been wanting to reread this. So I think I'm actually gonna go with Never Never Parts 1 through 3 by Colleen, Hoover, and Tarryn Fisher, just because they fit the YA and spooky. So I'll count 1 for each, and then just added an extra book. And I'm still currently listening to Bad Boys Blue by Saffron A. Kent, and I'm really enjoying that. Really like it. I'm on chapter 17, I think, and I have an hour and 56 minutes left, so we should be able to finish that. Also, I finished First Semester by Cubie Tyler, and I'm giving that 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed that. This is, it was like under 200 pages novella, and it follows Skylar, and she comes back to go to college after she spent some time in Europe and had her heart broken, and she comes back, and one night when she moves to Washington DC, she meets her neighbor Peyton, and she takes her out and sort of sets her up on a dating website sort of app, and there she meets Aiden, and they decide to meet up, and they hook up, and then it actually turns out that he is her professor. So it's really good. I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to continue on Bad Boy Blues, and that one follows I never say her name right. Sorry. Cleopatra, if I remember correctly. Cleopatra and Zachary. And they went to school together. Zachary leaves for a while, and he comes back a few years later. He was a bully, and now she is working at his parents' house as a maid, and it's their story. I'm really enjoying this. This also has a disability, a learning disability. Zach has a learning disability, and I'm really enjoying that aspect. So there's that. Also, it does deal with grief. Cleopatra lost her parents in a car accident, so she doesn't have anyone, and that is why she's working at his house, because she wants to buy her childhood home. And yeah, if you see me looking, there's a mosquito outside my window, and I was just looking at that. He's just flying around, so but yes, so I am going to start reading Never Never, and I'm super excited. And yeah, I'll actually take these downstairs. I was gonna read on my Kindle, but I'll actually take these downstairs. So yes, that is my update. So I've managed to read 3 books, and halfway through another one, and about to start 3 more. And the next roll drops don't happen until 4 a.m. my time. It is just 5 now, so I have a few hours, and I'll update probably tomorrow, honestly. I may update one more time tonight, but I don't know. So bye. So it is Sunday, so the final day-ish of Bookopolyathon, the 48 hours. I'm sorry about the glare. The sun is like right there. So let's maybe, okay. So the last 2 prompts for the 2020 board, the first one was water on the cover, so you could read a book with water on the cover, blue cover, whatever. And then the final prompt, or rule number 4 for 2021 board, was feed scroll. So the book I am going to read with water on the cover is Never Never Part 3. You could briefly tell that that's water, but it is actual water, and it is blue. So this works out perfectly, because I still need to do the other 2 previous books, and I'm reading all 3 parts. So all 3 of these actually work perfectly, because YA, spooky book, water on cover. So it all works good on those. And then for feed scroll, I scrolled my Facebook page, and the first little thing I saw was an advertisement for Sundays Are for Hangovers by J.D. Hollyfield and Kay Webster, and that was available on Kindle Limited, so I checked that out, and I will read that. I'm gonna read these 3 first, and then that will be my last book. Maybe I don't also currently have an audiobook, but I may look into seeing if these are available. These might be available on Audible Plus. If they are, I may check these out. I should do that. I'll see if these are available. If not, I mean, they're fairly short that I could read them. But I like to have audiobooks too. But yes, I'm gonna read these. It is 7:30. I've been up since like 4. My dog was ready to go at like 4:16 this morning, and just all of the craziness that he is. And it's day 3 since he got fixed, and he's back to normal, and he's a lot. So I am exhausted, but I am ready to go and read these books. I have like 8 hours and like 40 minutes left until this readathon ends, so I think I should be able to read all 4 of them, but if I don't, I think I should be able to get through all 3 of these and a good chunk of the 4th one. So I did also finish Bad Boys Blues by Saffron A. Kent, and I'm giving that 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed that. I listened to it on audio and I thought it was really good. And I'm excited to read more books by Saffron A. Kent. I'm trying to read that St. Mary's Rebels series until before June 14th, because that's when the newest book comes out. So I have My Darling Arrow and These Thorn Kisses left that I need to read. I do have My Darling Arrow on audio, so I might just listen to that, even though it doesn't really fill any prompts. I might just listen to that, depending on if I could get these on audio. But yeah, I'm super excited, and I really like that this one had a learning disability. The main character was had dyslexia and another thing. I actually have a learning disability in reading, and I like that that was done. You also don't really see a lot of guys in romance books have learning disabilities, so it's always nice to get that. And this also dealt with cancer, bullying, abuse, so death of parents, so it deals with a lot, but I thought it was done really well and I really enjoyed it. So I will update you when I start reading. Also, I know yesterday I said that the guy's name is Nash. It's actually Styles. Yes, and his last name is Nash. So when I said that, I just saw the Nash, but yes, I'm super excited to reread these and read Sundays Are for Hangovers. So I will update later. I also am gonna be reading in my bed, on my bed, like right here. You can't really see, but like right here instead of downstairs for a while, just because he's a lot and my dad's like, I'll give you a break. So there's that, and I am going to read. So roll number 4 for 2020 board was Feed Scroll, and this is my Facebook. So this is Kennedy Fox and showing off her new bookmarks. And then, okay, I could do this one, Sunday for Hangovers, by K. Webster and J.D. Hollyfield. I don't own this, but I think it's on Kindle Unlimited. If not, I may not do that one. Let me just double check. I read those. Oh, that's a pre-order. I could do #nerd. That's a reread, but I could do it because I own it. Well, so it looks like I'll see if the Hangover or whatever, the K. Webster one is on KU, and if it is, I'll read that one. If not, I'm gonna read #nerd reread #nerd by Cameron Herbert because I own it. And yeah, so I will come back and see if the Hangout or whatever it's called is on KU. Sundays are for hangovers is on KU, so this is what I'm gonna read for Feed Scroll. I've read their previous 3 books they wrote together and I've really enjoyed them, but I haven't really read any by these 2 authors, like their separate works. So this is fairly short, 2 hours and 264 pages. So I will be reading this. So I pretty much have given up in the last however many hours that it was since my last update. I decided to take a nap because the last 3 nights I've been downstairs with the dog, and I've gotten probably like 4 hours of sleep each night and I was exhausted, so I took a nap. And now there's only like 4 hours and 20 minutes left of the readathon. It is almost noon, so I read a little bit of Never Never Part 1. I'm on chapter 8, so like 100 or no, like 79 pages, or am I? No, I'm actually on chapter 10, sorry. And that is 87 pages in. So I should most likely finish this. But I just am not really in the mood to read right now. And I think that's more because this is my 3rd weekend readathon where I've tried to read as much as possible. And this one I'm just also not really, like the last 4 prompts haven't been really something I usually read, which is fine. Like the water on the cover is fine, the YA is fine, the spooky, I don't really read spooky, I don't really read young adult, and none of the full like feed scrolls were something I wanted to read. So like it's just all of that is just like, no, I don't really want to read. So I will probably finish Never Never Part 1 and may continue, but honestly I'm just gonna have Becca's sprints on just to support her, but I probably won't read. And yeah, I'm just kind of burnt out and I might take another nap because I'm still so exhausted. But I just wanted to update, and yeah. I'm here to wrap up the 48-hour bookopolyathon. I read a total of 5 books and finished 7 out of the 8 prompts, and read 1,278 pages. I'm pretty sure somewhere around there. So the first book I read was My Best Friend's Sister by Cubie Tyler, and I read this for short book under 300 pages. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. It was a quick novella that follows Jackson and Ava, and I really enjoyed this one. Then I read Priest by Simone, which is book 1 in the Priest series. This I listened to on audio and was for the prompt Gods. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed this one too. This follows Poppy and Tyler. Yes. And I really enjoyed it. Then I read First Semester by Cubie Tyler, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, and this was Skylar and Aiden, a teacher-student romance, and this was for ebook, audiobook. Then Bad Boy Blues by Saffron A. Kent, which is 0.5 in the St. Mary's Rebel series, and I gave that 5 out of 5 stars, and that one was Color in the Title. Then I read Never Never Part 1 by Colleen Hoover and Tarryn Fisher, and this was for YA spooky book and water on the cover. And I reread this. I give this 4 out of 5 stars, and this follows Charlie and Styles, and they wake up and not remembering who they are, and they're trying to figure out what is happening to them. This is a serial novella series, so it has 3 parts, and this was just the first part. I really enjoyed rereading this, and I'm excited to continue. And those are all of the books I read. My battery's flashing, so I'm trying to finish this fairly quickly. Overall, I had a really good time, and I'm excited to participate, and I'm excited for the month-long one in September. And yeah, but those are everything I read. If you participated, did you complete Bookopoly? And I'll see everyone later. Bye.